In this video, I will be showing off what I think is the best slasher build in the game, which I refer to as the ZION Williamson build, because it could do everything. It could defend, it could slash, it could shoot, it could, play make, and you spread the ball. It could literally do everything, and that's literally what resembles ZION Williamson. So, before we get into things, I just want to make sure you guys, if you have not yet, go smash that like button down below. Literally, any likes, I appreciate them, and they really help out my channel, my videos grow. Same thing with that big red subscribe button. If you have not yet, hit that button with the notification bell. Any support is appreciated. Any support I get from you guys, I always try my best to give it back, whether it's subbing to your channel or, supporting you on any social media you have, Instagram, Twitter. I always try my best to support you back as long as you guys are supporting me. So other than that, hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get right into it.
She know I keep the bag on me. How about got a couple racks on me? I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread.
So what is up, YouTube? It's your boy RisKK back again with another video. And yeah, we're back with another build video, man. I'm not done with these build videos because like so far, literally all my build videos this year have gotten so much love when it came to my recent ones, such as the Kawhi Leonard build. You guys showed tons of love on that one. Same with my Shaq build, my Giannis build, my Harden build. All those builds, you guys are showing so much support, so I'm not going to stop now. So we're going into it, the ZION Williamson build, because I haven't really featured many slashing builds like this that can pretty much do everything in the game. So when we talk about a slasher, regarding to like the pie charts here, we need pretty much the slashing pie charts, which there is quite a few, but one thing to keep in mind is to actually be a slasher and to embody a slasher, we need an 85 driving dunk in order for us to get those elite contact dunks. So without those contact dunks, we really aren't a slasher in my opinion. So I'm looking at the pie charts that have at least an 85 driving dunk, and there's only about 3 pie charts that actually have that rating, are able to get to that rating. Alright, because we are at the small forward position, because that's what ZION is, and at small forward the default height is 6'7", and every time you go taller you actually lose out on driving dunk. So that's why there's only so many limited options. But right now the option I'm looking at is going to be pretty much mainly a slashing and a defending, and here we have more of a balanced one, which is actually what I'm going to go with, for the fact that, like I said, this is what resembles everything. Because, we have the slashing ability, we have the shooting ability to spread the floor, we have the playmaking ability, and then we have that mediocre defensive, ability that ZION Williamson does have when it comes to the blocks, the rebounding, the steals. All that stuff is that mediocre 70, defensive ratings is actually usable in NBA 2K20. So now when we select the physical profile, obviously, on a slasher, we want to have speed. So I would select the most speed, but when we talk about ZION Williamson, we talk about what resembles him, we talk about verticality and strength. And so I'm looking at this pie chart right here, that technically comes with those 2 higher stats, but it gives us 74 speed. So what I do is I actually go down to the last physical profile, which is the most balanced one, and I do get a 6+ higher speed in that high 80, or exactly 80 speed. And I still get a high, high 70s when it comes to the vertical and strength. And the reason I went with this ultimately is because I know that once I actually am selecting my weight, I'm going to go with a higher weight, which will actually increase my strength, so I really won't have to worry about that. And all that's taking a hit is pretty much my vertical. So now into the actual attributes. So first we're going to go with the finishing. We're going to start off by close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk by actually, maxing those out. Now shooting, we're going to max out for now, but I will most likely alter with that later. Now when we talk about the defense, defensively, when it comes to these attributes, you got to be really smart about it so you can actually get the most badges possible. But at the same time, I do want to do what resembles ZION Williamson. So I do, upgrade my rebounding, along with my blocking, attribute, because we know that's what ZION does on the defense end of the ball. He's a great blocker and a tremendous rebounder. So other than that, you see, we do have the 6 playmaking, or 6 defensive badges, which is what I'm aiming for. And now I'm, kind of altering with what we got left. Like I said, I want this build to be able to do everything, so that's why I'm now heading to the playmaking category. Yes, I am not going to be a point guard with this build. I am a small forward, 6'7". Alright, so I'm not going to be, handling the ball so much, but what this playmaking does is it will allow me, and you'll see later, to get Hall of Fame playmaking badges, which include quick first step, stop and go, downhill, which all will help my slasher become faster and overcome that, lower speed attribute. So I'll be fast on the fast breaks and, in transition, ultimately making the build even better than it can be. Not to mention, I also have the ability of getting Hall of Fame floor general, Hall of Fame dimer, which What I like about it is that I could honestly just use Hall of Fame floor general, and then that means my point guard will not need to use that badge, and he can actually use a different, playmaking badge, maybe such as Lob City Passer. Then like that, it's just better in the team overall by a lot more. Just having the ability to get these playmaking badges. So after we play around with the stats, I mean, this is what I'm left with, and I'm really happy with it when it comes to the badges. Now, when we talk about our body shape, obviously Zion is no other than built. He's very built, very strong, and that's what we're going with this player. That's what we're trying to resemble, all right? Now, next we're going to move on to the height, which is pretty interesting. Like I said, at first I said 6'7", but honestly, it's personal preference, all right? 6'7", when we talk about Zion Williamson, technically he's actually 6'6". This is, based off his most recent NBA, metrics they took of him. But we actually look at the stat regarding 2K. When we go 6'7", we're not really gaining much from it. And when we go 6'6", we're actually gaining literally everywhere. We're gaining something. The driving dunk goes up, the 3-point goes up, the ball handling goes up, the speed, acceleration, vertical. Everything goes up, so it doesn't make much sense to go taller than 6'7". And it's just personal preference whether you think that extra inch is going to be worth it, 6'7" to 6'6". So personally, I'm going to go 6'6". Like I said, with the weight, we're going to go 245. Not exactly a max because I don't want to lose too much acceleration. But as you see, since I was 6'6", I actually have a much higher vertical now and a speed. So I don't really take a hit at that, which is why I'm able to actually go with a higher weight compared to if I was 6'7", my acceleration would be probably around 70 right now, including, obviously his high weight and the height of 6'7". Same thing goes in with the wingspan. Since I was 6'6", now I have a slightly higher ball control, slightly higher 3-point, which will allow me to go with a taller wingspan, which I ultimately go with maximum, I think, which is 87.4, and obviously that resembles Zion with his huge wingspan, and then 2K-wise, it helps us a lot. Yes, we take a hit in the ball control 3-point, but it's not that significant, and we're gaining that attribute in the steals, and just overall, just having a longer wingspan will improve your shot contest, rebounding, and stuff like that. Now that's pretty much it for the actual build. Now we're moving to the takeover and the badges, which I will show you guys. Takeover is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously, slashing. There's nothing really else I would, pick over slashing because this obviously is a slashing build. And it says you have built a slasher. If you adjust the stats a little bit, you put a little bit less playmaker, you're actually able to get it to say facilitated finisher. If you guys are interested in that, just lower, tweak a little bit more with the stats, and you will be able to get facilitating finisher. Now, when we talk about the badges, we're going to go straight into finishing badges, which when it comes to finishing badges, it's honestly personal preference. Alright, it's not like unlike shooting badges and stuff like that, it's based off, what's the best. But finishing badges is personal preference. And I say this because finishing badges, they're all really good, and it just honestly depends on your playstyle. For example, acrobat is a really good badge on Hall of Fame, but if you don't really do a lot of acrobatic layups, then it's pretty much useless. Fancy footwork, another interesting one. If you don't do a lot of hop steps, euros, then it's not going to be a badge that you want to have on your slasher. If you don't catch a lot of lobs, it's not going to be a badge that you want on your slasher. But I can most definitely tell you some badges that are must-needs on your slasher, which will be contact finisher and slowly finisher. Those are the two most important badges, and you can arguably say giant slayer, but that would be if you're a little bit shorter. But altogether, those three are the ones you really want to get, and the rest are just up to you and how you want to distribute it. Now, shooting badges, we're going to go, obviously, with the most important ones, which are going to be Quick Draw, Catch and Shoot, Hot Zone Hunter, and Green Machine. And I honestly contemplated going Corner Specialist instead of Green Machine, but, I just thought about it overall. I think Green Machine will help me more because when I'm shooting maybe like a mid-range shot, stuff like that, I think Green Machine will just be more effective. Even on layups, I think Green Machine is applied. So now going into the playmaking badges, which really makes this build, take it to the next level. Obviously, quick first step Hall of Fame is going to be a must. Downhill badge is going to be a must. And the diamond in the floor general is just going to be pretty much to help your guard out for once. We're going to actually help our guards, save them some badges. And in transition, if you, not really in 3v3, but in Pro and 5v5, in the transition, this build will be so good because you'll have that quick first step to stop and go the downhill. And you have the diamond in the dish, you have the floor general, you literally have everything available to you. And like that, you're just going to be really good in that transition offense, which is what we look for in a slashing build. Now, going to the few defensive badges we have, even though it's a very limited amount, I've actually played with a similar slasher build like this that I recently had made. And I had literally 0 defensive badges on it. Like, I hadn't unlocked anything. I was playing really good defense, so I can only imagine once I get Gold Intimidator and Gold Clamps, how good my defense will be. And then for that last badge upgrade, I do go pick Dodger because I will be, guarding ball out of the times of getting screened, so that's why I selected that. And with that, that pretty much wraps up everything for this video. I hope you guys, do use this build and test it out. I will be dropping tons of gameplay on this build once I actually get some badges and use it in the park. So other than that, if you guys have not yet, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. And your boy Risk is
It's
out.
funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, and we put it right back. 40 autos, and he left in the back. I can't be trusting, cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting, cause people be switching and